All right, welcome everyone. This is the Bad Advice Show. I am your host, Grant Cron, owner of the Aardvark Kings, the two-time champ, owner of an 0-6 team this year. Not doing too good, but you know what? It's okay because we've won twice at least. With me, as always, my co-host for this show, owner of the White Bronco Boys. His organization has a championship. He doesn't, but his organization does. He's been with me for a few weeks now. Trevor Philippi, how are you doing, bud?
Always good to be here. I'm doing good. Doing good. Cabin cast for the fourth week in a row.
Yeah.
I love it. So,
I guess you can't see this because you're on Discord, but for everybody else, we do kind of have a third host. Something new here. I'll pan it. I'll pan there. We got the Walter cam, so you can see. There's Walter.
I'm highly jealous of that. I can see the Walter. Cam.
That's a Walter cam. So we'll check in with him every once in a while. See how he's doing. See how he's feeling. But yeah. So all right. So let's kick this thing off. We'll start as always with the side pot. You still lead it, buddy. You got 4 tight end touchdowns. You're on top. It's scrolling across the bottom. Danis System is in second with 3. Make Football Violent Again, Stadium Hot Dogs, and Uncle Buck's Power Drill at 2. And then I'm finally on the board. Aardvark Kings finally have a tight end touchdown. We're at 1, along with Champ is here, Gritty Committee, and Legion of Poon. All of us have 1. And No Game Plan has 1. And then AT3, the Artificial Turf Toe Tappers, have 0. They're the only team left that does not have a tight end touchdown. So yeah, that's where that starts. A little bit of housekeeping before we get into kind of some of these matchups and all that. Logos. Some of you guys don't have logos. That is my fault. I've dropped the ball on that. They should be here in a couple days. I hope by Monday everybody will have their logos now. So I just talked to the guy and he has the last couple in production now. So it should be. He quoted me 3 days, and so like I said, I hope by Monday, if not sooner, everybody will have logos then. So that's my fault. I kind of dropped the ball on that one. But also, guys, get your team logos, get your team names in earlier, and you would have been with the first group. But no, that's my fault.
You ain't first, you're last.
Exactly. But yeah, so let's I guess let's get into this. Let's start with the Week 6 wrap-up. We'll start with Purple Rain just putting an absolute slaughtering on my team, the Aardvark Kings. Just
woke up.
Poor performance for me. I mean, we were talking about this before we go. We got to hit us with the soundboard. If I had to sum up my play, my team.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
That's it right there. Little Alex Jones. I'm kind of retarded.
I mean, is it your fault? I mean, you had some good performers there. I mean, you just ran into an unstoppable force.
Yeah, but I only put up 95 points. I mean, ETN got hurt in the game. He had -1 rushing yard. Okay, this does bring up a good point. Technically, he should have negative .01.
Yeah, that's weird.
But apparently our league is not counting negative rushing yards. Next year it will be.
Okay.
Next year it feels weird to change the rules in the middle of the season, so I'm not going to do that. Next year that's going to be updated. I feel like that's always been what it is for whatever reason. It isn't counting it this year, but cuz I should be at 95.05.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a rare occurrence, you'd have to think. So I don't think anyone will hate you here.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Terry McLaurin, I mean, doing pretty good. He had 2 touchdowns for me.
Yeah.
And 23.3 points. Yeah, Washington is looking pretty good.
Absolutely.
Jaden Daniels is kind of, I mean, even though they lost to Baltimore, they put up a fight. They're looking like a decent team.
They're not a doormat per se anymore. Absolutely not. And they don't really have much of a defense, so it's kind of all on that offense, and it's somewhat working, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, good for them. But yeah, I mean, look at Purple Rain. I mean, we all know he's capable of it every week. He's just got to put in the right puzzle pieces.
Yeah, he was just a buzzsaw this week.
Even his bench looks pretty good, so that's what you expect out of him. I mean, some notable names. I mean, Debo, AJ Brown, Bijan Robinson kind of woke up there a little bit.
Yeah,
He's kind of been a little sleepy this year, but
sleepy boy.
Even Texans D, and then Washington's kicker, new guy, Siebert.
Yeah,
it was a great all around week. I mean, was he the highest scoring team this week? He had to have been.
I believe so. Yes, it looks like he was. No, he was not.
He wasn't. Okay.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that next. But yeah, no, just an all around. I mean, Burrow 24, Bijan 25.
Yeah, you were
AJ Brown.
one player away from a perfect lineup, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Injuries and buys for you, you know.
Yeah, if I would have played Justin Fields over Kirk Cousins, then I would have had a perfect lineup, which sounds weird to say. I guess that's how bad my team is this year. Brandon said it in the chat. R.I.P. Aardvark Kings. It's it's not good.
Yeah, I don't want to dance on your grave at all. I wouldn't do that. I wish you nothing but the best as commissioner. I am a commissioner of an 0-6 team myself in another league. It's not fun. It's not fun.
No, I feel like it's harder to go 0-6 than it is 6-0, if I'm being honest.
I would say so. I'd say so. You got to be very unlucky, you know. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm in solidarity with you. I have the same thing going on in another league. So
my team gets my team on the soundboard. My team will get the tune bonk, a little bonk,
little bonk. Well, yeah. I think.
Yeah, it's all bad. Good job to Purple Rain, dominating victory. We'll move on to there. Yeah, there's just not much else to say about this one.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the next one. This was Gritty Committee was the highest scoring team in the league this week at 180 points, beating No Game Plans 123.
Yeah.
Chris Olave getting negative 0.5. I think he got hurt this game too.
He definitely did. I was watching that one. I think he took a shot to the head and concussion.
Is that when he fumbled it, when he took the shot to the head, or was that different?
Maybe.
Because that's why he's negative, is because he fumbled.
That would make sense if it was the same play. Then he never got a chance to get back in there. But, yeah.
Jordan Love looking pretty good. I mean, 4 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, wow.
For No Game Plan. I mean, No Game Plan had a great week. It sucks it sucks when you go up against a 180, but it is what it is.
Definitely. We're getting seems like the scoring's opening up a little bit. I mean, multiple teams with close to 180. I mean, yeah, I think teams are hitting their stride here, like in NFL teams and fantasy teams. Yeah. You kind of get past the first 5 weeks, you start to know who your reliable players are. You get a feel for everything, and I think it just kind of ramps up a little bit. Yeah, he's looking Gritty Committee, look solid squad here. Bucky Irving's really coming on too, in the absence of Rachaad White.
Yep. Well, and I was kind of reading after I had made the Rachaad White trade, which was, I don't know how I feel about that one.
Well, you traded Rachaad White away and got ETN back. It's kind of similar situation.
Well, I got Rachaad White and I traded away Chase Brown.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought you made a separate trade for ETN though.
Yeah, ETN. I traded Drake London for ETN, and that's before. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I was reading. It was kind of. I mean, Bucky Irvin has been kind of. I mean, if we look at his stats, I mean, he's kind of been doing all right all year, I feel, from what I was reading. 9, 2, 11, 12, 5, 18. So
struggled with injury. He's kind of been the guy there.
And he seems to have done an all right job in his absence.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, no, a good across the board. I mean, if the Jets were what the Jets were supposed to be, like, well,
yeah, no kidding.
we could have been looking at a 200 point, because 4 points from the Jets defense is low. I mean, is Sauce
going up
Gardner
against
playing?
Buffalo. You're going up against Buffalo. It's just tough.
Yeah.
They're like, they don't really have, I guess, a standout player outside of Josh Allen. James Cook, I don't think played.
Well, now they have Amari Cooper.
They just have an offense that's moving, yes, and now they do. That's going to be interesting to watch, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, but yeah, he just had a bunch of guys kind of wake up a little bit. Brees Hall, Evan Ingram back from injury.
Devonta Smith kind of back.
Yep. So
Garrett Wilson. I want to say this is Garrett Wilson's best game this year, even though he's done all right. I mean, he hasn't done bad this year. But yeah, 12, 10, 14, 7. He had a 29 against us, and then 24.
Oh, yeah.
So he's 2 good weeks in a row. So Garrett Wilson's doing all right. Evan Ingram, though, finally is. I feel like that's a quiet. I mean, all tight ends have been quiet, so pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, he's also been hurt. Yeah.
So, yeah, even Joe Mixon coming right back from injury and putting up a 27. That's awesome. Love to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, and a 20-yard rushing touchdown and a 10-yard receiving. So not like it's not like he got 2 just like punch in kind of gimme touchdowns.
Yeah.
He had to fight for those 2 touchdowns. So good for him.
Working for it. Yep. And obviously they ditched Cam Akers, so maybe that's saying Mixon's a little healthier than he lets off. So
yeah. All right, next matchup, Legion of Poon losing 92.5 to Uncle Buck's Power Drill 136. An expansion team doing pretty good this year. It looks like right now both expansion teams are going to be in the playoffs if the season ended right now.
Yeah, who's you talking? Bucks and
Dana's system, yeah, the two expansion teams. Uncle Buck's just on a roll. Putting up 136 points this week. I mean, good for them. I mean, you said it earlier. Scoring's kind of opened up a bit. People are starting to score a bit now. We're in the swing of things.
Yep.
But 36 from Goff is great. 25 from Henry, 2 tutties.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, absolutely finally, we're seeing 20 points from Najee. I don't think we've seen that in 2 years, 3 years.
I mean, I'm sure he put up something like that, but
last year, I don't think he did, if I'm being honest.
Maybe not. He had to have at some point, but yeah, it's been few and far between.
Yeah.
He's kind of fallen from that first year season or his rookie season where he kind of, everyone was like, whoa, who's this Najee Harris? You know, I mean, he was a first round pick, of course, but
yeah. Well, and he was explosive that first year. He was great that first year.
Yeah.
Kind of a mini Kamara almost.
Yeah. J.K. Dobbins too. I mean, I feel like nobody really wanted to draft him, and he's been paying some dividends, you know, so that's a good play and good all-around effort here for sure. Calvin Ridley, that's a little weird in Tennessee. I thought he would, be able to put up more, but they're just kind of, I don't know what the deal is with Tennessee. I guess it's just their quarterback, Will Levis.
Well, Tajay Spears on the Legion of Poon for Tennessee only got 2.7. I'm curious. I wonder how DeAndre Hopkins is doing. I don't think he's. I think he's on Legion of Poon's team also.
Is he? He is.
Yeah, he put up 9.4. I mean, more than Calvin Ridley, but
yeah,
he's only had one 19-point game, and then it's just single digits across the board.
Yeah, Legion of Poon left little points on the bench. I don't know if it was enough to get her done, but yeah, I mean, that's Keenan Allen. You probably don't play him. I don't know. Alex Madison, are you really going to play him? I don't think he probably made the right decisions. It just, it's fantasy. It comes back, and
yeah,
you can't predict the future. You just go with your best guys, pretty much. So
yeah, 92.5. was close to being the lowest scoring team this week. John barely edged that one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good to Uncle Buck's power drill. Great week from him, moving him to 4-2. Next, what a great rivalry game. Make football violent again, just barely losing to the champions here. I mean, just you couldn't ask for a better rivalry game. Just the border battle, the 138 to 135. I mean, you hate to see it. James Cook, I don't think ended up playing. I think it was like game time decision on Monday night. Ended up being ruled out just before the game.
He was. Yeah.
But I mean, so thank God that the champ is here, because that would have been a tough one. If roles were reversed.
Yeah. It must have been.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta look. Walter wants to go.
It looks like he didn't have to worry about switching him out or picking anybody up. I don't see any Monday night players over on the other side, so looks like he could have just rolled that out, and he figures, why make the move? Why spend the money? Just keep it as is. So yeah. Which smart move. Why make a move if you have to? There's your guy Drake London there, 19.
Yeah.
Ride 17, looking good. Baker Mayfield looking really good this year.
Baker Mayfield is, I mean, would you classify Baker Mayfield as comeback player of the year? Or does he not fit that category?
I mean, because I think he kind of showed it last year. I think there's just a couple other players. I mean, if Darnold keeps up this pace, I think he's a little bit ahead.
You think, Darnold's a better category?
He's kind of stuttering a little bit, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I mean, you could say Baker, but I can't really think of anybody else. We'll see what Nick Chubb does. He's going to play this week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really think of anybody else. So.
I will say this. I said last week that make football violence again keys to success was DeAndre Swift having a good game.
Yeah.
He did have a good game. He put up 21.9. It's just Freiermuth maybe just needed 3 more points.
Yeah.
Or maybe.
Oh man, he's got Lazard.
Eckler. I mean, maybe if Christian Kirk, Freiermuth, and Eckler each got like 2 more points each.
Yeah, and he's got the win on the bench, so it's rough.
Yeah.
Oh, he could. I mean.
Yeah, if you would have put Lazard in over Kirk.
Yeah.
Or even Rodgers in over Lamar.
Yeah.
Either one of those moves gives him the win this week.
Mm-hmm.
So interesting one, but it's too bad. Sorry, Shane.
Yeah, I mean,
we're rooting for you.
Are you gonna play Rodgers over Lamar? Probably not.
Yeah, no, probably yeah.
Play Lazard over any of these guys? Maybe Christian Kirk, but probably not. So yeah, that one stings for sure. But yeah, champ is here, 4-2. Make football violent, sitting 2-4. 2 teams kind of trending in the opposite direction, but
yeah,
plenty of season.
Plenty of season left. Next one, and this is our lowest scoring team this week. Stadium Hot Dogs only putting up 89.86 against Danis Systems 113.76. Stadium Hot Dogs, Tommy, you are the lowest scoring team. That means it's $15 to the pot. Sorry, bud. I mean, you hate to see it. I don't know if that might be his first time this year, actually.
Yeah, maybe. Looks like he was kind of pigeonholed into his lineup, so played who he had to play. I don't know what happened with Marvin Harrison Jr. Did he get injured? I think he did.
Yeah, it says concussion, so he's probably taken out of the game, or
yeah.
I don't know if he was even allowed to play. I don't know what happened there, and then Shaheed is now on the IR too. He must have got hurt. Probably around the same time Olave. I mean, Bountygate.
You get what you deserve.
Yeah, New Orleans having it flipped on them
Yeah.
now.
Man, New Orleans, the Cinderella story of the first few weeks now, facing down being sellers at the trade deadline. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you lose your top two receivers in a thin receiving core. Your QB's out. I mean, nothing good there. But yeah, that's tough because Shahid's had a pretty good season. He's a flashy player.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. So
Well, I don't want to say he kind of came out of nowhere, but it seemed like I don't know if I don't think anybody drafted him. And then yeah, against
No.
Carolina, he puts up 21. Next week he goes 25. Then a donut, then 15, 23, and now 2. So yeah, he's had a great year. He was on an unbelievable run, but now it's IR, which Stadium Hot Dogs doesn't have anyone in their IR, so he'll be able to keep them, throw a stash from down there, and
able to make a few moves here.
I don't know if I don't think Stadium Hot Dogs is looking at playoffs anymore, but he'll be able to
He's
look
fighting.
towards next year.
He's gotta get some wins here.
Yeah, I don't think he's out of it. I mean, the path is difficult. I mean, I think I'm out of it now.
Which
but
division is he?
He's American.
Okay, so yeah, that's a tough one. That's
Yeah.
a tough one to find. But don't give up. It's not over until it's really over.
Yeah, because I want to say he's 3 games out of the wild card spot, out of that third seed.
Let's looking at Dana Systems team here. Some unconventional guys. Like Deontay Johnson's really turned it on. Past 2 weeks, he's been playing him a lot. There's Cole Kmet with his classic like blow up game out of nowhere, and then everyone picks up Cole Kmet, and then he throws up like a 5 the next week or something.
Yeah,
that's kind of typical tight end kind of stuff. But yeah, hoping for a little more from Trey Sermon, but he's probably a waiver guy anyways. So yeah, he kind of had to play him. That's his only running back. But yeah, Kamara has been solid this year. That's for sure.
he didn't play Tank Dell.
Yeah.
I guess who do you play Tank Dell over? I think we talked about this.
JSN.
Yeah.
I'd think about it because
I mean, he outperformed JSN and Pickens.
With Collins out, I would have considered that. But hey, he got the win. He doesn't have to think about it.
Yeah, who gives a shit, right? They don't ask how, they ask how many.
He's at the podium. We're on to next week.
Yep.
So, yep.
All right.
Good win, Dana System.
Yeah, great win. Last matchup of week 6. The White Bronco boys winning 159 to Artificial Turf Toe Tappers 104.
That's right.
Pretty soon we're going to have to start saying people clinched. I mean, we're not there yet, but we're a couple weeks. I mean, playoffs start week 15, I believe, and
that's a lot of time to lose as well.
True, but I mean, I don't know if it's going to be very tough. I mean, mathematically, sure, you could fall out. Realistically, you might have found yourself already in the playoffs here, and
I got at least two guys that are only a win behind.
Yeah, they're only a game back.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to say that yet.
But I mean, the rest of us behind me and Make Football Violent Again, we're at 0 wins and 1 win, 2 wins. So that's an at least a 5-game stretch.
We're going to keep moving forward as if every game matters, every week matters. So I've learned how quickly you can fall out of playoffs. Past 2 years, I've missed playoffs by
a win.
So we're going to keep moving forward. I'm going to take my victory lap here. I don't know if you guys remember, but I suggested Tyler Algier would have a good game.
Yep.
Here he was come Sunday on the waiver wire. I was like, well, I might as well take my own advice. Popped him in the lineup, 19.8 points. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, that was a huge help. I mean, it was a good showing from the squad. Kittle's, I think, been red hot, man, for me. He's been really good. I paid kind of a hefty price to keep him, but that's that little tight end safety blanket that's just nice to have, And then Godwin's been a dog this year, too. He's been really good.
Oh, 40 points from Godwin. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How's Daniels? I mean, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Daniels is having a great season. Let's look at the number 28, 13, 32, 26, 26, 24. Okay. Did you find your franchise QB now?
I might have, after years of T-Law, Fields, everything in between.
You had Purdy put up 35 on your bench, but
yeah,
who gives a shit, right?
Past 2 weeks, yeah, Purdy has outperformed Daniels. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of playing the upside with Jaden Daniels. I just think, with his rushing upside, it's why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could always grab a rushing touchdown from Jaden Daniels at any moment.
Yeah, and then, I mean, gosh, we looked at it last week. I was really nervous about Saquon.
Saquon didn't do anything. 7.4. I don't want to say you got lucky because you crushed him, but
definitely lucky, man. Saquon should be the focal point, damn near, of that team.
Yeah.
7 points. Would you think, is that a formula for winning for Philly? Saquon with whatever he's got here, 70 yards or something.
Yeah,
it's
no,
weird.
yeah,
kind of stinky in Philly. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Philly barely beat Cleveland, and so
yeah, and their head coach is John with the Philly fans.
yeah,
It's the most Philly thing you can think of. So,
how many attempts did he have? Damn, Cleveland, I think, just kind of shut Saquon down. He had 18 rush attempts and only 47 rushing yards. He averaged 2.6.
That game was so close. I think Cleveland was leading in the third quarter or after half or something. I don't remember completely, but I think they had to come back to win. So
they had to really battle.
Yeah. So yeah. Diggs too on the other side, man. I'm very surprised he's having as good a season as he is with the other receivers around there. I guess Collins is out, but I mean, I guess you're not surprised. I think Houston probably led the league in air yards. They were damn close last year. I would assume they just love to throw the ball. So, but yeah, he's had a not even sneaky good, just a good season. So
you got you had your stay of execution though this week, Fairbairn, or however you say it.
Yeah, he missed an extra point. Otherwise, maybe he's close to 20 points. And then I got a wet shoe right now, but I'm happy.
He missed a 40, so that's -1. So he would have been at 5 if he would have been at 19. That he would have hit 19, so you would have been doing a shoey this week.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll take my Crown and Coke.
You can do a Crown and Coke out of your shoe.
Not if I want to wear that shoe anywhere.
Well,
we'll save it for a rainy day.
We still have next week.
Yeah, there's always next week.
At this point, if any of your kickers do over 19, you got to do a shoey.
All right. Well, we'll take it as a week by week basis.
But yeah, no, congratulations. The moves you to 5-1, kind of keeps you on top of the Haitian division there.
I know. I'm like climbing the ladder. I'm a couple rungs ahead of these guys, like kicking at their fucking heads, but they just keep coming. I can't get ahead of these guys. They're fighting. So
yeah,
it's gonna be that.
It's tough. The Haitian division is tough.
And I'm looking at my schedule coming up, and now I'm getting through. I got the three playoff teams from the American division back to back. But I got John this week, so you gotta beat John. I'm not gonna. We're gonna take this. We're gonna beat John, hopefully. So
nice. All right. Well, let's real quickly.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
I didn't even change. All right. Let's take a look at standings real quickly here. Yeah, like we said, you're on top. You're at 5-1 over Uncle Buck's Power Drill and Dana system. If season ended today, those would be the 3 teams in the Haitian division going to the playoffs. The White Bronco boys getting the first round bye.
Your 3 expansions.
You are what? The second highest scoring team in the league. That's
really.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you're at your points for at 854.
I'll take that. We'll take
The
that.
champ is here, is blowing everybody out of the water points wise. He's 114 points over you. He's at
Oh my
968.
God, that's a whole week's worth of points.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
he's got a good team.
Good for him. There's also some good lineup decisions in there. So
The next closest team to you is 9 points away. Gritty Committee's at 845. But I mean, you're it's what 70 points in our division. You're like 70 points. You have a healthy tiebreaker. So if you can keep putting up, your 150s, your 140s every week,
yeah,
you'll be
that's
fine.
That's all you can hope for. So
Yeah, you'll keep that buffer going. American Division champ is sitting on top. It's a three-way tie right now. I mean,
yeah,
they're all 3-4-2.
what a
Artificial
gauntlet,
Turf Toe Tappers is one game out of the third seed,
man.
but is a decent distance on the tiebreaker on the points for. So it's American Division is tough. It's heating up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of what you expect out of that. Now it's looking like we're getting to, well, I don't know. At least I am. I don't know if that's league wide. We're starting to little interdivision mingling. So we'll see if that changes things up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how your schedule works. I guess.
No, it's the league CBS legally randomly generates it.
Yeah,
I think they put more stock on division games, so you're more likely to play your division twice. But I think you pretty much play everybody in the league but like one person. Is I think how it works out.
You should play everybody in the league once though, at least.
Math wise, it'll never work that way.
Okay.
Well, mostly because
The more you know.
I would rather have you play everybody in your division twice. But because there's 11 people in 15 weeks, regular season weeks, it works out where you can play your division twice.
Yeah.
And then you'll play everybody but one person in the other division.
Okay.
And so
Yeah, that makes sense. It keeps the competition close.
And to me, in my head, it really makes sure that you get the best of the division going to the playoffs. Because especially like it's set up like the NFC and the AFC, where once you go to playoffs, you have to be the best in your division to go to the championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I really want to find the best of that division. I don't want someone to get in on a fluke because like maybe the other division is terrible and they had more other division games. And then they just kind of get in on a fluke almost. Not necessarily a fluke, but because they still won the games, but like you didn't play your division.
Yeah. Gotcha.
All right, let's get to week 7. All right. First game I have is Aardvark Kings versus Gritty Committee. Nick Chubb for my team is making his 2024-2025 season debut. Funny, I draft him. I sit on him for 6 weeks, and the second he's supposed to come back, everybody wants him. I got like 4 trade offers for him. And it was just kind of like, why the fuck would I trade him?
You got him on a great price.
I got him for a good price. And 2, it's like I just sat on him for 6 weeks. Nobody wanted him for 6 weeks. And then like if somebody offered me a trade for him in week 3, I probably would have entertained it. But yeah, all of a sudden he's supposed to come back and it's like, well, I'll take him if you don't want it. It's like, no, I just fucking sat on him for 6 weeks. I'm not giving him up.
Yeah, I call it the curse of an 0-6 team. The buzzards start circling.
They've been circling for a while now. I mean, rightfully so. I've been a rotting corpse. But I don't know. I mean, I have a buzzsaw of a matchup here. This is going to be a tough one for me. Gritty Committee is a good team. This is a playoff. If I can beat this team this week,
Yeah.
It's a good sign going forward that maybe we can pull ourselves out of the gutter and not be in the shitty matchup. Because at this point, that's all I'm going for. I just don't want to be in the shitty.
You don't want to get you don't want to get in the shitty.
Yeah. I understand. I think my playoff aspirations are dead. Unless I win out. I could win out, and if someone wants to lose out, yeah, maybe we're talking. I could make playoffs at like a 7-6 record.
This is kind of your last shot at it.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, this is definitely, if I lose, pretty much, if not even this week, if I lose at all anymore, if I don't win out, I think it's over for me.
Yeah.
So, if you looking at my team, what would you say are my keys to success here? What needs to go right for me? What needs to go wrong for Billy?
I'm looking at your receivers. So we know McLaurin's been hot. He's kind of been a favorite target of Jaden Daniels. But Tyreek, you paid a lot of money to keep him. And unfortunately, I mean, no fault of your own, Tua is injured. And he's just been like a really fast wide receiver with no
no one to throw him the ball. Or accurately throwing the ball. He's getting targets.
And they try to get him the ball in other ways. I mean, I'm sure they have been putting him in the backfield and stuff, but that's kind of, I mean, Miami's got to get going. I don't know what their record is, but they probably aren't even 500. They're probably below 500. But yeah, hell of a tumble they've took. But can you get those guys going? Can McLaurin continue to be a stud? I mean, they're playing Carolina. That's a good matchup for him.
Yep.
And then your other wide receiver having a great year, Darnell Mooney. Can these guys combine for you? Can they perform above their projection? All of them. And then, Nick Chubb back, you're hoping he gets 15 points or something, 10, 15.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just hoping he hits his projection at 11.
Yeah, you're just watching him hoping with bated breath, hoping nobody goes for the ankles or the knees on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big Nick Chubb fan, so I hope he comes back. But yeah, and then Kirk, if Kirk can show out here, I mean, Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback, but is he a good fantasy quarterback? Sometimes not. I mean,
let's see what he's done this season. I feel like he's
yeah.
He's done all right this year. Last week he had 30, but then 18, 10, 25, 25. So he's on the better side, but still kind of a little hit or miss.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's like you said, a buzzsaw. I mean, Mixon, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and then Malik Neighbors back from injury. And with the Philly, who's just, they invested in those cornerbacks in the draft, but one of them's white and then the other one just kind of sucks. So
yeah,
it's not really working out. But yeah, maybe they can tighten that up. But yeah, and then I don't know. I think you got a chance. I mean, the projection shows you. What are we at here? We got to bring back the spread. So your spread is you're +5 right now.
Yeah. I'd have probably most likely a +5 spread.
Let's say +5.5. Make it.
Make it eliminate the push.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could still push because we do count halves.
Yeah, I'd put a little value bet on you. I would, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, the projection says you have a chance. I would say. So,
yeah.
Like we talked about, I guess on the other side, look for the Jalen Hurts to Devonta Smith connection. Can that keep going? Can that keep up? I mean, that's going to be interesting. I mean, Philly's got to pick it up a little bit. So, yeah, but I mean, Pittsburgh are no slouches. They're a pretty good run D. So, I don't know. See if any of these guys can get bottled up and you can overperform on some projection. You definitely got a chance. But I guess my pick, I don't know, man. I want to pick the underdog. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna put some.
Are you gonna take the money line or are you gonna take the spread?
I'll take the money line.
Woo! You feeling ballsy?
Yeah. Well, it's only 5 points, you know.
True.
If you're gonna win, you're gonna cover, right?
Yeah. Hey, you know what they say? Good teams win, great teams cover.
Yeah, yeah. And we know where you're going, so
Yeah, I might lose, but I can cover.
yeah. Well.
Well, you need me to win because you took the money line, but
Yeah.
all right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with me. I'm not gonna vote against me. It's bad luck. It's bad juju. I can't do it. I won't do it. But this is it's gonna be a tough one. I mean, I don't have anybody else to play. This is okay. I could play Singletary, but do I play Singletary over Mooney? I don't think so.
No,
And I don't play Singletary over Chubb or Gibbs.
you got to go for upside. You know, you're supposed to lose. Go for the upside. Don't play it safe. You got
Nick Chubb's back. Let's see what he can do. Sorry, Singletary, and then Russell Wilson is back. Therefore, my backup QB and Justin Fields. If Russell Wilson has a good week, Justin Fields is going back to the free agency.
I don't see that happening. I mean, I don't know what Pittsburgh's doing. They have a winning record. Fields has looked solid.
They're undefeated still, aren't they, or no?
No chance of beating.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. They've looked pretty good. Fields is a young guy. I mean, why are they going to Russ? I don't know.
I don't know either. Because they're too far above 500.
Yeah. they love to make the playoffs
at like 540.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. So
all right, next matchup I have is No Game Plan versus The Champ Is Here. The Champ Is Here is already off to a great start with the Broncos D getting them 39 points last week.
Yeah, holy crap. Good play. It's always a safe play when you got a rookie quarterback, or I think he's second year, but always gotta be aware of that and then just plug your guy in. If you get beat by a rookie quarterback, whatever. But good play on his point. I wonder. It seems like has he had them for multiple weeks, or is he streaming? But either way, good play. Good play.
Who's that?
Broncos D. Champ Is Here.
I think he's been streaming.
Yeah. Well,
the spread started out the gate at this one at the +9 or -9 for Connor.
Now we're at 32. Oh my gosh.
So this is gonna be a tough one for No Game Plan. An uphill battle. Who has been making the best of an injury-riddled team. I mean, for them to be going 500 right now is great. I mean, McCaffrey IR, Nakua IR, Brooks IR. Now Olave is inactive.
Yeah. He's got a great team on the IR alone. You know?
Yeah. No, it's on IR.
Tricky situation, but you play with what you're given, and if he's 500 with that, you got to be happy with that. You're in the hunt. So,
and he's got Chubba Hubbard, who I think is the number 3 running back in the league right now in terms of rushing. Because number 1 is Derrick Henry, number 2 is Mason.
I wish they would say it. Is it rush yards? You're saying?
Just based off like rushing yards. And then I believe that puts Chubba Hubbard at the number 3 running back.
Hey, he's safely top 5 for sure.
Yeah, he's so. Yeah, it sucks that he's missing Christian McCaffrey, but Hubbard is a great.
Yeah, he's been good.
A great one to have.
I drafted him and I dropped him too early. I let him go. I don't know what I did, but he would have been a good fit on my team. But yeah. He'd be a good fit on anyone's team.
Yeah. I know I could use him on my team.
Yeah, what matchup stands out here, I guess? Looking at it.
I think this is going to be a battle of the running backs. Because I think Champ Is Here's wide receivers are going to blow No Game Plan's wide receivers out of the water. Like, it's not even going to be a question.
Couple unconventional guys there, but Juju had a great week last week, and I don't know. It's kind of like Green Bay seems to, when a receiver goes off, they go off, and then the other ones kind of just
Just are
left
quiet.
out of the picture. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I
Um,
think you're right there. It's going to be in the running backs. I mean, both these quarterbacks are pretty good.
yep. Yeah, both of them have been doing pretty good. Rams defense should do all right against Vegas.
Yeah.
Um, he picked up Butker. Butker's a great kicker. Um, Demario Douglas should do. Is that his name? Demario Douglas?
Yeah, it
Is that
is.
right?
Yep, you nailed it.
That's a tough one going up against Cook, but and Cook missed last week, so
Yeah,
maybe
and
he's still reeling a little bit.
I heard this last week, but Tennessee's run defense has only allowed, I think, one touchdown or none. I don't even know. It's one
Oh
or the other.
shit!
But they're quietly a really good run defense. So
The rest of the team is just dog shit,
yeah, pretty
but
much.
their run defense is the
Defense
best
is
in the
really
league.
great. Yeah, yeah, their run
Um,
defense is really good. So
So yeah, so then it's gonna come down to I think the running backs is it's gonna be close. I mean, and the running backs I'm gonna give an edge to no game plan on because like I said, Hubbard is the number 3 running back. Kenneth Walker's been doing very good. James Conner for the champ is here is doing very good, but then
is he?
I believe so. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I feel like that's just a name we always hear.
19, 19, 18, 14. So yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
he's been doing pretty good. But then this Tyrone Tracy,
Yeah, New York Giants.
they say he's supposed to be taking Singletary's job. I don't know. Singletary was hurt last week, but has also been doing all right. And Tyrone Tracy is doing all right with what he has.
Yeah.
Going up against Kenneth Walker and Hubbard,
Interesting.
I give the edge to the other two over there.
Do you find that interesting that he's playing Tyrone Tracy over Brian Robinson?
Yes. Yes, I do, especially because Brian Robinson's going up against Carolina, and Singletary is back.
Bring James Cook up and flex anyone else, or I don't know. Interesting. Maybe he hasn't adjusted his team yet.
Maybe he hasn't, but yeah, I would because I mean Tyrone Tracy, yeah, is with Singletary being back, he's only projected 8. Yeah, I'm putting. Yeah, at the very least, yeah, you move James Cook up and flex anybody else.
Washington going against Carolina. I mean, you'd have to think Washington gets up at some point and just wants to run the ball, but I don't know. Carolina can actually put up some points since Andy Dalton has taken over. So
Yeah.
I think we'll see some movement here, but I'm going to give the edge to where the points are. I'm going to go Champus here, especially with the head start he got from the defense.
But, yeah, me too. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take the money line on Champus here.
I'd love to see no game plan pull it out, but I just don't know if it's possible.
No, yeah, I think at this, I mean, you need a miracle at wide receivers right now.
Yeah, if one of those guys goes off or both.
I think in order to win this week, you need both of them to have a 25-point week. I don't see any other way around it.
Yeah. Yeah, champ is here. Is the champ for a reason.
Yeah.
Even that bench is solid, so. Yeah.
All right, next matchup I have is Uncle Buck's Power Drill versus Stadium Hot Dogs. Oof, it's looking rough for Stadium Hot Dogs this week.
Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. Projected 89 points. Does he have people on bye, or is this his? Oh my gosh, nobody on bye. That's how much he's projected. Man.
Yeah, that's just what he's projected.
I mean, I have noticed sometimes.
I mean, it looks like he can put in Marvin Harrison Jr. It looks like he's projected points, limited practice, but let's see here. Let's read. Was full practice. Yeah, he was full practice participant today, so he'll play. It seems like.
Yeah.
But still, it does not help his case. I mean, that moves him up to 99 projected points.
Yeah, that's great. That's a super low projection. Why is that so low? He has all players playing. I mean, that's interesting. It just seems low to me, but it's not like he's got a bunch of slouches on his team. I mean, let's look at it this way. I mean, Jacoby Myers, he's got to see an uptick with Devontae gone. He turns into the number one there. So
But I mean, he's also projected 0 points and
why is that?
ankle injury, it says. Well, it says he was full practice yesterday, so I don't know why he's projected 0.
But yeah, that's why. That's part of it. Romeo Dobbs just came off a great game. ETN's no longer in the picture. Even if he was healthy, it seems like, man, what a fall off there. I don't know what happened. Maybe he's playing through an injury or something. I have no idea. But Tank Bigsby's been, I don't know, solid. But it's just Jacksonville as an offense has just looked totally discombobulated, for lack of a better word. So yeah.
So I'm going to put the spread at this one. I mean, in theory, it should be at like, if we're going based off of like the actual projected points, it should be like 40.
Myers would be at like 11 points or something.
Yeah, it should be at like 48, something like that, minus 48 for Uncle Buck's Power Drill. But that seems way too excessive. That seems like we can't do that. No bookmaker would ever do that. So I'm going to put it at 25.5. Uncle Buck's Power Drill is favored by 25 points, 25.5 points.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more reasonable for what we're looking at. Looking at Uncle Buck's Power Drill's team, I mean, he's got Derrick Henry, killer. J.K. Dobbins has been doing very good this year. Jefferson, killer. Njoku, I mean, all tight ends have been doing terrible, but
yeah.
Najee Harrison is flex. Okay. We'll see if he can repeat a 20-point week.
Yeah.
I don't see, looking at his bench, I don't see a better lineup for him to put. He's got 3 fucking quarterbacks.
Yeah. I mean, he can't pick one out of all these. It's not his fault. I mean, it's just like, which one do you play?
Okay, you know what? That is a good question. I'll throw that question at you. Anthony Richardson, Geno Smith, Jared Goff. It's a tough pick. Is Anthony Richardson really the guy that you want to start over Goff and Smith?
I don't know. I think in this case, but yeah.
You know, rank them. Give me a 1, 2, and 3.
Of just who's going to do the best, get the most points.
Like 1 would be you'd start, 3 you'd probably is the worst out of 3 you wouldn't start, and 2 being kind of like maybe you'd start them.
I don't know. It's tough. I'm trying to figure out how this Minnesota Detroit game's going to go, and everyone wants to think it's going to be like this knockdown or like offensive. I don't know if it's going to be like that. We might see both teams hold under 20 points. I think you're going to get Detroit's going to run the ball a lot. I think try to control the clock, and I don't know. So, I mean, I think
I'll say this. I think Geno Smith is 3. I don't think I start him over. Even, don't get me wrong, I like Geno Smith, but I'm not starting him over Goff or Richardson.
Yeah.
So he's a 3. So now who's 1 and 2?
I might consider starting Geno Smith over Richardson. I might.
Really?
He's coming off injury. He hasn't been super great. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, even when he's been in 11 points, 5 points, 5 points. I don't know. That's he's banking on a lot of upside there. Yeah. I think I'd go with one of the safer options. You have the projection in your favor, but that's just me. But I don't know. I think he's probably safe playing anybody. I'd probably roll with Goff or Geno, though. That's probably what I do.
Yeah, I think Not Yet Perfect said it in the chat. He said Jared Goff, and I agree with him. I think Jared Goff is the guy you start in this situation here. I think he's the better quarterback. Yeah, he's playing Minnesota. I get that. But also, maybe I'm just too big of a cynical Minnesota fan that, like, if anybody was going to go off against us and just have the best game of the season, or, we're bound to have a fluke game.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be Detroit? Like, if
It'll
there's
happen at
ever
some
a
point.
team to do it, it's Detroit. And so I think if I had to rank these three on who I'd start to who I wouldn't, it'd go Goff 1, Richardson 2, Smith 3.
I'd probably go Goff, Smith, Richardson, but that makes sense. After hearing you, yeah. Yeah, I just wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota Detroit turns into like this really tight divisional kind of
Yeah.
slog fest, you know.
They have the over-under, it looks like, for the game at 50.5 points, which
Yeah.
seems, I don't know, kind of high for that game.
Well, that's 25 points apiece.
Yeah, but I would think, I mean, based on what we're saying, over-under would be somewhere at like 42.5, 43,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah, I
that.
don't know. It could go either way. I mean, certainly Detroit's offense is more than capable. So,
Yeah.
but our defense is one of the best in the league, if not the best. So we'll see. We'll see. Interesting plays here, but I think overall, looking at it, I think Uncle Bucks is going to stay hot.
Yeah.
He's got
Which
some holes.
is unfortunate for you for the standings, but yeah, I
No.
think.
No. But yeah, I don't know. I won't pick for myself, but I think Uncle Bucks stays hot. Maybe he makes a change here. We'll see.
So what do you want? I'm gonna take the spread. I'm gonna take CR at Uncle Buck's Power Drill at minus 25.5. Do you want to take the spread or do you want the money line?
I'd almost take Tommy to show up and cover his spread. Then.
Oh yeah. All right. I'm gonna put you down. I'm gonna put your slip as Tommy at plus 25.5.
But yeah, that still has Uncle Bucks winning. So.
Yeah, that still has Uncle Bucks winning. But you know what? Good teams win. Great teams cover.
I think Tommy's lineup has a lot of upside there. Stadium hot dogs. So I think CBS isn't giving them enough credit there.
They're not giving them a fair shake.
No.
All right, next matchup I have is Danis System versus Purple Rain. This is a good one. This is two playoff teams going at it right now. Kamara already played last night, only getting him 8.4, so that's a bad, rough start for Danis System.
Yeah, definitely. Kamara's been kind of a workhorse for him. So, yeah, that is pretty rough. It was a rough game for New Orleans in general. But, yeah.
And I'm going to put the spread at this game as minus 14.5 for Purple Rain.
Okay. A little over 2 touchdowns, huh? Not quite, though. Fantasy football touchdown. Yeah, man. Purple Rain is just loaded. Oh, my God. What a lineup. What a lineup. How, and this is what happens in auction. You know, one guy quietly builds the best team.
Yeah. One, especially with the dynasty aspect too.
Oh my!
You can quietly, and that's what we saw with with Champ is Here's team over the past 3 years, just kind of quietly building up to all of a sudden this team is putting up 900, 100 over 150 points more than the next closest person.
Definitely. Yeah. So it's some people play the game like chess, and other people play it like checkers. Some in between, but yeah, it takes a special eye to build a team like this. So good on him. Let's go through the matchups here. Kyren Williams versus Bijan Robinson. Huh? If you look across the board, that's got to be pretty close, huh? And then Addison, AJ Brown. I mean, Danis System has a path here.
He does have a path. He did finally put Tank Dell in the starting lineup. He didn't last week, but he does this week.
Mm-hmm.
He put it. He also sat JSN. Also, he sat Pickens and JSN. Well, I guess because Addison was on bye last week, and I
think that's a great play. I mean, Wilson's coming in. Do you really trust his arm? I don't know. He looks so bad in Denver. I mean, can you blame him?
Did he though? Okay, I mean, he wasn't.
He was so bad.
He wasn't like Seattle Russ, but he wasn't like terrible. I think the system was also kind of just dog shit.
For
I don't
sure.
think Peyton wanted him there. Sean Payton wanted him there. I just don't think he was comfortable there. And so I don't think he actually performed as bad as he looked last year. And so maybe Mike Tomlin can kind of revive him a little bit. But also, like, I do agree, like, yeah, like, we don't know this week. So, yeah, sit Pickens, put Tank
I
Dell,
would
put
definitely
Addison
put him on the
in.
bench. I think both of them have way better floors and ceilings than Pickens this week. So, yeah. And then, JSN has some flashy weeks. I feel like he could have a good week, though, quietly here. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, he's pretty good. He's just kind of an afterthought there. Well, not really an afterthought, but he's still
He's just wide out 3.
days ahead of him. Yeah, Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett has done all right this year. So it's just, yeah, he's just, yeah, afterthought is not the right way to put it. It's just, he's just a wide out 3,
Yeah.
And he's just a wide out 3 and just in a tough system.
Yep.
Where it's like, yeah, he's good. I do like JSN, but like, yeah, I mean, it sucks. Sorry, I mean, wish you didn't have Lockett or DK in front of you.
Yeah, I think that'll maybe change next year. I don't know when Lockett's contract's up, but it feels like kind of he's the guy who's going to step up.
He's got it. Yeah, he's got to retire soon because he's like 31 or 32.
He might even be older.
Yeah, he might be. He might be. He's got to be ending the end of his rope.
Yeah. But yeah, who do you think Dana's system can kind of rely on here to break out and kind of maybe turn the percentage in his favor if it's going to happen? Because
I think if it happens,
Purple Rain's the favorite in this one.
Oh yeah, if it happens at Addison.
You think so?
Because I think Detroit is going to lock down Jefferson. And because maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just being too much of a homer and analyzing it too close. But it seems like whenever Addison does his best, it's always against these good teams that are like more focused on locking down Jefferson. Then all of a sudden that's when you see, those 2 touchdown games from Addison or those like 150-yard, 1 touchdown games with like 8 receptions. Was it San Fran?
I think it was. Or was it?
No, he didn't play. He got 0 against San Fran, 0 against Houston. Green Bay, he got 22.
Yeah, I think it was the Packers. It was his first game back from injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think Addison is going to need to do like amazing things and needs to put up a 25-point week.
Yeah.
Like unquestionably, you need to put up a 25-point week. And I think everybody else, you don't need to do that good, but you just need to hit your projections.
Yeah.
If you can hit your projections, let Addison go above and get an extra, because Addison's projected 13.5. So add another 12 onto that because of his 15. All of a sudden, he's fighting now. Now he needs things to go right on the Purple Rain side. He needs AJ Brown to have a bad week. He needs Jamar Chase to have a bad week, and Debo to have a bad week.
Yeah.
And he's fighting.
Man.
One, if not all, those guys need to have bad weeks for him to be competing.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I feel like I'm always a Kyron Williams fan. He could blow up too.
Yeah. He definitely could. I mean, he's projected 18. He could easily have close to 30. Like, no problem.
Yeah.
And then that does take a little load off Addison, but I think no matter what, Addison needs to blow out his projection.
I think you're hitting the nail on the head right here. I like your assessment there. So I'm gonna go Purple Rain. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Purple Rain too.
And I'm hoping Purple Rain pulls it off. I'm hoping.
Yeah, you need Purple Rain to pull it off.
I want to shake one of these guys.
I need Purple Rain to pull it off because I need Dana's system or
what.
Uncle Bucks to start losing.
Yeah. You and me both, but Yeah, I think one of these guys will for sure, if not both of them, will be right behind me after this week. So
Yeah.
they're good teams.
All right, next matchup I have is the Legion of Poon versus the White Bronco Boys. Legion of Poon putting up 30.1 points against you already. Javonte Williams having a 2-touchdown week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's about time Javonte Williams actually has a good week. He didn't have really a good one last year. He hasn't had a good one yet this year. Yeah, I think he just kind of got unlucky a little bit, dude. I mean, but you know what? I like what we did last week. If you want to talk about your opponent's key to success, and I'll go over yours.
All right, yeah. No one wants to hear me talk about my team, and we're not here for that. But I look, gosh, I mean, little Super Bowl rematch with Mahomes there. Gosh, I mean, Mike Evans. Can he get enough out of Mike Evans there? Because Ayuk's been hot and cold all year. Really, kind of a little bit disappointing for sure. If Mike Evans can go for a big game, that really scares me. That scares me a lot. Also Brock Bowers though, he's been having a good season. That looks like a great pick for him as well. So I think those two things I'm looking at. Certainly a great head start with Javonte. So shout out to him for playing him. I mean, I guess he had to play him.
He's been I think he's been playing him every week. Also,
he still made the move to play him. So you got to give credit there. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Mike Evans, Brock Bowers, Madison. I don't know. He seems to be the guy there, at least. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, Mahomes, Evans, Bowers. That's where it's going to come from, I think. But what do you think then?
One, I think you're primed to win this. I think even with Javonte Williams putting up 26.1 points, Saints defense only getting 4, it really offset it. I mean, when you look at his projection from what it started at to what it moved to, it didn't even go up a full point.
Yeah.
So Javonte Williams getting 26 points really didn't move the needle much, but I think you need Brandon Ayuk to actually turn it around and have a good game. I mean, we're seeing Chris Godwin go up against Mike Evans here. It's the battle of the Tampa wideouts.
It seems they both can eat though, so
yeah, it's just who's going to eat more. Someone's going to end with more points. It's most likely not going to happen where they're going to have the same amount.
Yeah.
So someone's going to, so you need to be on the right side of history with that one.
Yeah.
Kittle, I'm not worried about Kittle. He's done. He seems to be the only tight end that's actually consistently doing good this year.
Yeah, I think he'd have to be the number 1 point scoring tight end. Maybe, I don't know. He's got to be up there. He's top 3, I would. But yeah, he's been solid for me.
What the one that makes me nervous, the two that make me nervous, Kareem Hunt and Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
And I only say Brian Thomas Jr. because he had 5 points last week.
That he did.
Kareem Hunt just makes me nervous in general because we're looking at what, RB 4 or 5 at this point for KC.
Yeah, but
lost Pacheco. I don't know what happened to CEH.
He was
injured. Steele just can't hold on to the football.
Yeah.
So they moved on. And so now we're to Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there was another one sprinkled in there somewhere too first. So that just makes me very nervous.
It's Samaj P. Ryan's in there.
Oh, yep. I forgot P. Ryan. Yep. Because, yeah, it was supposed to go Pacheco, P. Ryan, CEH, Steele, now Hunt.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous. But
I think I think he'll find the end zone at some point. That's what I'm hoping.
And, we talked about it a little bit before with one of the last matchups. Detroit's playing Minnesota, so Montgomery's projected way low. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. I think we might see more than 11 points out of Montgomery.
He's almost guaranteed a touchdown every week.
Yes, yeah. So I think in reality, you're looking more like 15 to 20. Or I say 15 to 19 from Montgomery.
I just kind of have the sense that I think Detroit's going to want to just come and try to punch our defense in the mouth with running the ball. That's what they really want to do. And then they'll take their gadgety trick plays kind of thing and find a way to get chunk yardage down the field. So I'm hoping Montgomery I'm hoping for 15 plus carries on him, maybe 16.
And I think you'll probably end up seeing that. I think you'll be right. He'll be right around 15 carries.
Yeah.
And so I'm not worried about that. Jaden Daniels against Carolina, he's gonna eat. Yeah, you'll be fine. He's projected 30 points for God's sake. I mean, he should do fine. So
I would hope so.
Kareem Hunt needs you to hit your projections. Brian Thomas needs you to hit your projections, and Chris Godwin, please just be better than Mike Evans. If that happens, I think that's your path to victory right there.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm hoping out of Kittle or Ayuk, one of them snags a touchdown at least two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brian Thomas, I mean.
Oh yeah, if IU could get a tutty, that would be super nice too.
Yeah. I really like. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. He maybe, I don't know how many targets he gets a game, but he can turn one or two of those targets into these massive gains. So, like, his fantasy score can flip on a dime, which is kind of why I liked. He seems just like a big play guy. So, yeah, that's why I like him. He's got a lot of upside. I think I'll just roll with him. Cooper Kupp is coming back or possibly going to come back. I just don't know if I can play him. I can't take him coming back in, hurting his ankle, and giving me like a 0 or a 1.
Yeah. And you know what? Fair enough.
That could happen to anybody, but
right now you need to keep stacking wins. You're on a roll.
For sure. I'm playing it a little safer, I think, this week.
Yeah, that's week 13, 12, 13, 14 kind of behavior and attitude. Yeah, you can take those risks later.
I'm hoping to get this win because my schedule coming up is just ridiculous. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, where is it?
Where is it?
So I got Champ is here following week, Gritty Committee, Purple.
Ooh, 3 in a row. That's a tough schedule.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
I don't expect to get through that without at least one loss, but we'll see what happens. We'll worry about this week.
Yeah, worrying about this week. I got the spread at your favorite at 7.5 points, and I'm gonna take you in the spread. I'm gonna take you winning at 7.5.
Right on. I would do the same. I would hopefully hammer the over on the spread, but I don't know. John has a path here. It's not like I'm expect to cruise to victory on this one. So. And John kind of has my number. We're tied 3-3 on the all-time matchup, I think. So he's got my number a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he does have a path. I just think you beat him in the flex. You beat him at tight end. You have a path to beat him at wide receiver, although that's going to be tough, but I think you can do it. Yeah. And it's going to be tough to beat him at running back, but I think you can do it because I think Montgomery can outscore Javonte Williams, and Kareem Hunt just needs to kind of keep up with Josh Jacobs. Doesn't need to outscore him, just needs to keep up with him.
Yeah.
Because especially Green Bay's playing Houston, so...
Definitely. Yeah, Josh Jacobs quietly heating up too. The whole Packers organization quietly heating up. So staying hot too. So
All right. Last matchup I have is Make Football Violent Again versus The AT3, the artificial turf toe tappers. What do you see here? What sticks out to you? What do you love? What do you hate?
I hate Cortland Sutton finishing with a 0. I
Yeah,
hate that.
with no injury designation. Did he get any targets?
He had to have.
He got 0 targets.
In a 33-10 win, you're telling me Cortland Sutton got 0 targets.
The Broncos' number one wideout was shockingly uninvolved in a game during which his team enjoyed a solid amount of offensive success.
Not even like a throwaway ball. That he's just the closest guy. Unbelievable. Interesting.
Oh, here go. Here this was says. Although Sutton did draw a target late in the first quarter that didn't end up in the box score due to a Saints defensive holding penalty.
Okay.
So he did get 1 target. It didn't show up because of a penalty.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
God, that's tough. That's tough. I love that. I need that.
I found out where I see it here. Saquon versus New York Giants at MetLife.
Ooh,
There's your storyline right there.
that's a great storyline. Saquon's going home. Saquon's going
Yep.
back to where it all started.
Yep. Where they didn't want him. They didn't want him. There's a, I don't know if anyone's seen the video, but it's the Giants GM and these.
Or he's like, I'd be really mad if he went to Philly.
can't match
No,
that
Philly's
number. We gotta let
out.
him
Philly's
go.
out.
Philly's out of it, and then boom, ends up in Philly.
Yeah.
Hilarious. But yeah, you'd have to expect Saquon just gonna be a monster this weekend.
Oh, something. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like they didn't part on bad blood. If anybody watched the Hard Knocks, I mean, there was a very honest conversation of like, hey, go out and see what your value is, and like come back to us, and we'll see if we can match it. And so I don't think there's no spite. Should we say it's not a spite game, but it is kind of you should have paid me kind of game.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He'll definitely have a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
No question about that. And then
I hate
also-
Mark Andrews in this one for AT3.
yeah. He's got Goddard on the bench. Interesting.
Goddard put up a donut last week.
Yeah, he did, but I'd say don't be scared of him.
Just because you put up a donut, don't shy away.
But Andrews did catch a touchdown last week. So I don't know. Where do you lean here? Do you roll with the hot hand? Seems like that's what he's favoring here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another guy, I guess 2 people I'm seeing right here, the second wideouts here who have had great seasons for young players, Zay Flowers and Jaden Reed. I think Jaden Reed is 5 in receiving yards as well this year. He's been really good, man. Like, really good.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it because he's a Packer, but, sure it doesn't show in the fantasy scores, but he's getting, I think those spike weeks, he's getting touchdowns. But he's getting solid yardage, See what his yards are. Yeah, I mean, 138 yards week 1. Oh my gosh. 139 week 4, 78. I mean, a few duds in there, but
But but a 27, a 13, a 14, a 38.
Like,
Only
that was
one
good.
single digit, which is you love to see.
Yeah, and then Zay Flowers kind of the target hog, it seems, out there. I mean, oh my gosh, 10 targets, 11 targets, 12 targets, and then a 4 and a 2 in there. But yeah, man, he's been looking really good too. I mean, yeah, we'll see which one of those guys can come out on top. Kind of tight end. I don't think we're gonna have anything decided there. Devontae Adams back with the Jets. Do you think this is
teamed up with Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. Do you think that's the key here for make football violent again?
If they were
Devontae?
playing anybody else other than Pittsburgh,
Mhm.
I would say yeah. But Pittsburgh is a good defense, and the Jets right now are just in a chaotic state.
Yeah, definitely. I
That
just wonder. No, go ahead.
and then Devontae Adams. I mean, they're all smart guys. They've all been reading playbooks, forever.
No.
But it's still like you've only had 6 days with a playbook, and new coach. They fired Saleh last week, so now you're coming into to an interim head coach, and you're coming into a new playbook, which the whole team does the whole team have a new playbook? What's the deal? So
Here's my stance on this one. The playbook is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the coach. He's the playbook. He's calling everything in there. He's got his guy now, Devontae Adams. I think you're going to see Devontae get 10 plus targets here. Rodgers is going to use him constantly because they want to win. They're built to win. He wants to prove that he's still got it. He's kind of struggled a bit this year. I mean, he's showing his age, but I think you're going to see him pepper Devontae Adams with targets.
I think so too. I just don't think much is going to happen from it.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think the Pittsburgh defense is so good that Aaron Rodgers is going to try. I mean, I think he's lost a step because that's 2 games in a row. I mean, he admitted on the McAfee show that when he played Minnesota, he didn't have a good game, and that was very evident. There was a couple. He had Garrett Wilson a couple times wide open, and he either overthrew it or underthrew it. He had a couple bad interceptions. And then watching last week, you saw some of the same things. You saw some overthrows. You saw some underthrows that if this was Rodgers even a couple years ago, I think he's hitting that dead on. And that hurts to say because, I mean, he not only was he a Packer at the time, he is, it's still kind of fuck Aaron Rodgers. But those were hit targets he would have been hitting like on a dime. Like he no problem. And you're sitting there going, fuck him, because he just made made a pass that is screwing you now. That he missed those the last couple weeks. And so I don't know, does that come into effect this week too with Adams where he's gonna try and maybe force some things, overthrow some things? How long has it been since he's played with Adams? 3 years?
Probably. At least two.
Has Adams slowed down a little bit in his speed? Rodgers has. So does the timing need a game?
Yeah.
Is this the tune-up game that the connection's not going to quite happen? They feel each other out. I mean, sure, they've had practice. Don't get me wrong, but it's game time speed now. It's game speed. That hey, it takes a minute,
Yeah.
Or maybe the first half is bad. Second half, all of a sudden now they're like, hey, fuck, we got it now. We just needed that first half. But at that point, in terms of fantasy, maybe it's a little too late then.
Yeah. I'd say for sure you need Devontae to get a touchdown. I would almost
keys to success for Make Football Violent again, you need Devontae Adams and you need Zay Flowers to just go nutty.
Yeah. And I think Barkley having a big game will go a long way for AT3. So
yeah.
Definitely. I think it's kind of really 2 interesting players to watch though. Adams with Rodgers and Barkley going back to the Giants. So be a fun one. That's for sure.
Where are you sitting on this one? What are you thinking?
Man, I don't know. I think he's got to play Mostert. Is A-Chain back? Do we know? I think he is back. A-Chain back for Miami?
I'm not sure. I think so. I thought I saw him somewhere on someone's lineup.
Yeah, he's kind of got to play him. That could come back to haunt you. I don't know. But the other side, you also got Gibson in, who didn't have a great week last week. But besides the point, I don't know. I mean, you'd want to say artificial turf toe tappers could get the win here. I think I'm just going to go with the safer pick here. Looks like spreads 20, 30 points, but what would you put it at?
For this, because I don't want to put it too high. I mean, what the original one would be, is that 20?
Did you go like 19 and a half?
Yeah, I'd go 18 and a half is the spread.
18. Yeah, I'd take Make Football Violent to cover possibly. I guess that 0 is a big hill to overcome though. Yeah, I'm going to stick with AT3.
AT3 money line or spread?
Money line. Money line.
You know what? Because I don't want to see it happen because he's directly in front of me, and I need him to lose. But I'm gonna take make football violent again, and I'm gonna take him at plus 18.5.
All right. Take him to cover. That's a good play. I think he will. I think he'll cover that. So,
Because I mean, I would still like him to lose, but cover for me. Lose by 10.
yeah.
I mean, he put up 135 last week, almost beat Champ is here, so he's capable of doing great things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. He's got some dogs on the team. So can they bark this week?
Can they bark? All right, that's the last matchup. So that's it for this week, guys. Yeah, no, I don't think I have anything else. Like the video, subscribe. We're trying to grow this channel a little bit. If anybody has any suggestions or ideas, comment. Let us know. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. Do you got anything else?
No, but good luck to everybody out there. Make it your best week ever, Football, life, everything. Why not?
Why not? Be a friend, tell a friend.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, guys, have a good rest of the night. Good luck, everybody.